Okay then, let's take a closer look at the hardware, and today it's about the Industruino. And let's say Industruino is, you can take a look at their website at industruino.com. They have a product section, and today it's about this one here on the left side, Industruino PROTO D21G. That's what we're going to take a look at, and the Ethernet module. Yeah, so you can order that from a number of shops, including Arduino themselves, and ships within a couple of days. So let's take a look at it. It comes fully assembled, together with some small booklet, guidebook, with some basic information about how to set it up and a small pinout, but everything that's printed in the booklet is also available on the website with pinout diagrams and data sheets. So you have the full documentation at the website in electronic form. So that's much better. And additionally, it comes with some screw terminal here, which we're going to use later on. So let's look at it fully assembled. And I think the most important thing about the Industrino is that it's DIN rail capable, given the form it has. So for demo purposes, I have a DIN rail here, just the rail itself. And this is typically something that you have in your fuse box or in some outdoor enclosure. And what you simply do is you can attach this thing to the DIN rail, close it, and it holds. Okay, let's look at the characteristics of this device. On the top side, we see the LCD panel. It's a small LCD capable of displaying text and graphics. And there are 3 buttons, up, down, and select. So you'd be able to implement small menus so that users can select entries for menus or view information and so on and so on. On the upper part, there are a bunch of connectors here, which are labeled, and a special connector you can see on the right side. This is to connect additional products, such as the Ethernet module. It's a direct connection here. On the lower side, also connectors here. The left part is for input voltage, and there are digital and analog I/O pins on the right side. So on the left side, there is a pin called VIN. That's the pin to power this thing, and it's capable of taking anything between 8 and 28 volts, and it has an internal voltage regulator. When given enough voltage here, it regulates down to 5 volts on this pin, and on the top side we have additionally a pin for 5 volts and 3.3 volts. And all these pins here are 5 volts capable, but not more. So you can power this with a typical 12 volt power supply or a 24 volt power supply. Should also work, but all the pins are only capable to tolerate 5 volts. That's important, so if you have real industrial controlling use cases, such as controlling a relay or something, there is another product for that. That's not the PROTO, Industrino PROTO, but the Industrino Int.io. Then this one is capable of handling higher voltages. We're going to look at that at a later stage. What did I forget? Oh yeah, of course, how to program this. Here is the USB input pin to plug it to your computer and program it. So let's carefully open it. Oops. Looks like so. There's the enclosure here is connected via a cable to connect these 3 buttons. you look at the Industruino, you see that there are essentially two parts within. There's a top board and a base board. And looking at the base board, it becomes clear why this thing is called Industruino PROTO. This is for electronic prototyping here. So you have a prototyping field where you can put in and solder your own components, such as relays or RF components or whatever you might have. On the side, there's the voltage regulation, and each of the connector pins can be disabled and connected to your own logic here. Okay, on the top board with the LCD and USB in, and from the bottom side, on the bottom side of the top board, you see there is a coin cell battery holder here. So this thing has an RTC on it, so if you attach a battery and give it the right date and time, it keeps the date and time. And yeah, the main MCU, and a switch for booting from the Ethernet, and yeah, just a bit of electronics down here. So let's put this thing together again, carefully, not to break anything. Okay, now next thing is this little companion board here, the Industruino Ethernet expansion module. And also, of course, DIN rail attachable on the top side with the same type of connector to connect it to the main Industruino. And on the bottom side, there is the Ethernet connector. Let's also open this and take a look at the inside. Not that much to see here. Ethernet connector with net chip, but additionally it has an SD card holder, so you can put an SD card in here and save data on it. Very interesting. And it additionally has an FRAM chip, and that's non-volatile memory, so you can also use that to write your data in and log data or configuration, etc. And yeah, that's very interesting in combination with the Ethernet stuff. So let's put this together again. Attach it to the DIN rail. Because of the location of the connector, these things have to sit next to each other, of course. And yeah, you can connect both of them using this connector, which comes with the Ethernet module. Just attach it. Like so. So I get a stable, steady connection. Ethernet goes here, USB goes here, all your I/O goes here, and on the top side, and voltage in goes here. So much for the hardware part. Let's see how to program this thing.